how it happens. One minute you're just another awkward second grader, and then your mom takes you and your brother to her friend's house out the country, and you get out the car, and there's this big yellow dog wagging his tail at you. And your mom and your brother go ring the doorbell, and you get down on your hands and knees in front of this friendly dog, and you're petting him. And then suddenly the dog snaps his jaws, and your life, as you know it, just ends. And that's just how these things happen, you know. Anyway, that's how it happened to me, and you know, it's strange because the dog never barked, never growled. He just sat there, wagging his tail at me while the blood poured from the holes in my face. And my mother went to get my jacket from the car, and she told me to press it tight against my face, and I was crying. I was so panicked that I felt like I was choking. You know, at the hospital, nurses coming in and out, mopping up blood, asking questions, trying to establish how much my face I still had left, whether the nerve endings were still alive. They wanted me to trust them. You know what? I did. I trusted the nurses when they said they would be able to fix me, but my dad didn't. He just couldn't look at me. He kept looking at a space on the wall above me, and he kept saying, "You're being very brave." But I didn't feel brave. I was still crying, but you know, quietly, and pressing cotton against my face, and I just wanted to go home. I just wanted it to be over. Is that too much to ask? Whew. And then I was lying on a table, squinting into a bright light, and I couldn't see the stitches, but if I looked out the corner of my right eye, I could see the needle moving up and down. So I didn't look. You know, they kept talking to me, and they kept saying, "You're being brave," and the other half the time I didn't know what they're saying. And they didn't just know how I felt, they didn't know how afraid I feel. But you can't cry when in surgery because you'll mess up your stitches. You can't move at all. You know, when they finally let me see myself, when they gave me a mirror, I prepared myself for a Halloween mask, for a nightmare, for a horror movie. But the blood had been cleared away. It was just neat rows of stitches. I was so relieved. But then I went back to school, and then the real trauma began. Scene.